Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Wednesday, February 15th, 2023. Stand up for your country. As I knew would happen, a lot of mail about this black national anthem that was sung at the Super Bowl. And of course, there is no black national anthem. And I'm going to explain this because this is much more than a song controversy. It is way bigger than that. And that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. So the song is called Lift Every Voice and Sing. It was written in 1900. And some Americans have elevated the song to anthem status. But it's not officially anything. And anybody can say, well, that song is this or this song is that, whatever. They can say it. But here are the facts, okay? In 1916, President Woodrow Wilson signed an executive order designating the Star-Spangled Banner the national anthem of the United States, 1916. The song, as you know, was written by Francis Scott Key on September 14, 1814, during the War of 1812, while Key watched the barrage in Baltimore. Okay. In 1931, old Herbert Hoover signed into law a measure declaring the Star-Spangled Banner as the official national anthem of the United States. That was voted on in Congress, passed, Hoover signed it, end of story, one national anthem. There will never be another. Are we all clear on this? Okay, enter the race situation at the Super Bowl. Some people, as I reported yesterday, because I was in the stadium, didn't stand during Lift Every Voice. And that's fine. It was fine. I mean, the left-wing press is going to criticize them, okay. But there's no mandate to stand during that song, or America the Beautiful, for that matter. See, that was sung as well. I stood and I explained it fairly vividly out of respect for the 70% of African American players in the NFL, 70%. And if you take a survey, they all like the song because it was written to lift the spirits of African Americans who badly needed that. It is a noble song. So why wouldn't I stand? I stand on St. Patrick's Day when the Saints Go Marching In is played. Okay. Now, why is this so divisive? Because there are white Americans that don't like black Americans, and there are black Americans that don't like white Americans. Okay? That's the truth. In my life, I've never really understood the skin color thing. That means nothing to me. But I do understand that if you are raised as a child in a home where the parents don't like white people or black people, that is going to hit you. And if your life experience includes a negative because of your skin color, you are going to incorporate that. For example, I know a very successful and intelligent African-American woman who was really hassled in a store, and it was no other reason because she was black. And that is, made a tremendous effect on her. And I know a very intelligent white woman who was assaulted by a black guy in the street. Tremendous effect on both individuals psychologically. But this blanket bias against people because of their skin color is not only morally wrong, because God created us all. So you're offending God if you do that, if you believe that. All right? But it's dumb. Each individual should be evaluated, as Martin Luther King Jr. said, on the content of their character. So when I knew when I went out there and told you that I stood during the song, that people would object, and they have. Now, there are two types of objection. There's the objection that comes from bias, from racism, and then there's the objection that we're all Americans, we shouldn't be divided by a song. Now, that point of view, the latter, I think is worth discussing and debating, which is what I've done. Okay, I've explained why I did what I did, but I didn't look askance, word of the day, on anybody who didn't stand. I didn't judge them or accuse them of being racist as the progressives do every single day. I did not. And about, I would say 25% of the stadium in Phoenix did not stand. A lot of people were distracted, as I said yesterday, because the anthem was, the national anthem was televised and, on display right before kickoff. So everybody was honed in on the Star Spangled Banner, and nobody knelt or we didn't have any of that, okay? But the Lift Up song was 25 minutes before kickoff. A lot of people, it took me a little while to focus in on what was going on. Okay. The bottom line on this, and I hate to use the word bottom line, but I don't even know what other synonym there is for that, is that everyone should think about this. This is really worth thinking about, particularly if you object to people standing for the song. If you object to it, think about why, based upon not only what I say, but ask around, discuss it. Because this is the only way that this country is going to get past this. So we're not one nation under God. Number one, Americans who don't believe in God are the fastest rising group among any religion. And number two, we're tribes now in this country. We're absolute tribes. We're not together. Now, on 9/11, we came together. World War II, we came together. All right? If there was another terrible incident, I'm not sure this country could come together again. The gulf between traditional people like me and the progressives is so vast, there's very little common ground. Now, if we have a common enemy like Al-Qaeda and ISIS, maybe we could come together, but I'm not sure anymore. And objecting to a song that honors the struggle of African Americans certainly is not going to bring us together. And that's the memo. Let's go to President Biden. He's all out there again today, talking about his economic genius. All right, that he is a fabulous economic guy and that he wants the economy to reward work, not wealth, on and on, the socialist tenet. That's what he wants, and he said so in the State of the Union with the living wage comment that everybody missed but me. By the way, I'm going to be on News Nation tonight, and you might remember last Wednesday, I'm on every Wednesday with Cuomo. Cuomo said, oh, no, he meant to say minimum wage. No, he didn't. Believe me, it was living wage, and I'm going to get to that in a moment. So Biden's out there touting, that the trickle-down effect is no good, and it helps the wealthy, and he's going to build the economy from the ground up, which is just bull. It'll never happen. What drives the American economy is consumer spending. If you are a gazillionaire, you spend more money. It's as simple as that, okay? That money comes down to working class people. And you saw it in Phoenix. I saw it firsthand. Every worker in Maricopa County that was associated with the Super Bowl did really well, and it wasn't the ground up. But what Biden and others want is the government to control who gets what. That's what they want. Keep that in mind. It's going to be a big campaign issue. Guaranteed wages. Okay? So first I'm going to go with Biden himself. Here is his philosophy economically. Go.
And I ran for president, my word, to build the economy from the bottom up and the middle out. Because when you do that, the poor have a chance to climb up a ladder. The middle class do well, and the wealthy still do very well.
The poor have a better chance to climb up the ladder if people are tipping them $20 for driving them or whatever, rather than your insane federal policies that have driven inflation through the roof and damaged the poor in America more than anything that I've seen in 30 years. Well, I don't know anything about economics, believe me. Bernie Sanders now. So this happened yesterday. He's speaking to National Teachers Union leaders. Roll it.
We must understand that it is absurd that there are school districts throughout this country where there are major shortages of teachers. And if we understand the enormously important work that teachers do, that means, in my view, among many other things, that we should be paying public school teachers a minimum of at least $60,000 a year.
Now, I don't disagree with the number. So teachers, $60,000 a year, that's fair. They get $58,000 now on average in this country. Now, if you're teaching in a rural district in Idaho, your expenses are far lower than if you're teaching in San Francisco or New York City. And each school district sets the wages for the teachers. Okay, that's how it's done. That's not what Bernie wants or Biden. They want, this is what the teachers get no matter where you live, and then they'll tap on cost of living or whatever. But they want to make the play. Isn't it ironic? He's talking to teachers' unions because the unions set the teachers' salaries. But most places in the USA don't have unions. All right? So this is step number one. Everybody's sympathetic to teachers. Although I think police officers' minimum wage, you wouldn't get Bernie signing on to that. But everybody's situation is different. However, we all know that teachers are vital. And we want to encourage bright people to enter the profession and stay there. But that's not the role of the federal government to impose any wage on the local counties, the local school boards. And once you get one, it's never going to stop. The goal is, all right, to make a guaranteed wage law in the United States. That's socialism. That's what Sanders wants. Biden doesn't know what he wants, but that's what he's told to want. So the guaranteed wage would be $50,000, $55,000, and everybody would have to get that. Socialism. Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. I want to tell you about Ghostbed. Ghostbed has been designing high-quality sleep products for more than 2 decades with more than 50,000 positive customer reviews. Wow. Ghostbed has luxury mattresses and premium sheets that get softer with every wash. Their mattresses have a cooling feature. Each is made with their signature Ghost Ice fabric, perfect for hot sleepers. Get fast and free shipping, plus a 101-night sleep trial with free returns. Trying their mattress is truly risk-free. So please go online, take their quiz to find out the ideal mattress for your sleeping style. Get 30% off Ghostbed mattresses plus 2 free luxury pillows, or get 40% off when you bundle a mattress with their award-winning adjustable base. Use promo code BILL at ghostbed.com/Bill. to take advantage of this fabulous offer. That's ghostbed.com/Bill, promo code Bill. Okay, let's go to the mail. Larry D. Bitonto, Bel Air, Maryland. I heard your explanation of the Black Anthem, but I believe there should be only one anthem, and when it is played, I stand out respect. All other songs are just that, songs. Okay. Priscilla Happel, Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Your coverage of the Super Bowl before, during, and after was very good, O'Reilly. Take exception to the Black National Anthem. My question to you is, why does the Black community need a special song? Because they were brutalized for 250 years. All right? Let's be honest. African Americans, a terrible legacy in this country. Now, we have done everything that I think we can do as a country to reverse that. But back then, in the year 1900, when that song was written, there was a lot of suffering. So if they want a special song, we should give them a special song. Dan Dovia, Tolland, Connecticut. Tolan, I should know that. I worked in Hartford. Bill, more than a 20-year listener and watcher, my most trusted journalist and historian is you, of all your killing books. I'm okay with the singing of Lift Every Voice before the Super Bowl, but I'm not okay with it being called a national anthem. Well, I'm glad you were dialed in, because it isn't. Anybody calls it out as being fallacious, word of the day. Howard Sherratt, Cibolo, Texas. The reason Carrie Lake didn't stand for the song is that every time a theme is created that we are going to stand and show respect, as you said, most of the NFL is black, so what? No, it isn't just so what. We need to respect each other. Important. Bob Halkin, Houston, Texas. I fully agree with your statement. Our country benefits from the Super Bowl. The world as a whole is suffering, and they need to know the United States is still a leader, and it is. Jerry Groen, Libertyville, Illinois. I disagree with you on Nikki Haley. I think she's a good person, make a good president. You're implying I don't think she's a good person, which I've met her once. I think she's a fine person, but she'd have to prove to me she'd be a good president. I'm not going to just hop on that bandwagon. Okay. So I mentioned Killing the Witches. You can pre-order that book. It's hot. It's a hot book. Get a lot of pre-orders on it. You're going to be very pleased with this book, and it's not what it appears to be. There's plenty of witches, plenty of killing, but it's much bigger than that. And then we have Killing the Legends, still a factor, pardon the pun. And if you haven't read it, I mean, it's a good book. You'll like it. Going on spring break, get that. Okay, word of the day, no caper lash. Caper lash. Caperlash. Caper lash, brand new word. I just learned it. Caper lash. When writing to me, bill@BillO'Reilly.com, bill@BillO'Reilly.com. No caper lash, name and town. If you wish to opine, back with a final thought in a moment. Bill O'Reilly here for Lone Star Transfer. If booking your timeshare has been difficult in the past, you know it's been almost impossible lately. Most clients are shocked to learn that their timeshare is now available to the public, severely limiting booking options. Many owners are upset their yearly dues have nearly doubled during this maintenance fee season. For well over a decade, this family-owned company has had the pleasure of helping more than 18,000 owners legally and permanently get out of their timeshare fees. With an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau and more than 900 5-star testimonials, Lone Star Transfer is a company you can trust. Lone Star Transfer guarantees the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and in a specific time frame. So please call my friends today for a free, no-obligation consultation at 855-551-7066. 855-551-7066 or online at LoneStarTransfer.com. Okay, final thought. I like this Team Normal thing. I like it. Here is the prototype. We have red, white, and blue hats. Team Normal. I designed the logo. Okay? But I got to help with the little flag and the O. Love this. Mug. Okay, red, white, and blue. All the stuff comes in red, white, and blue. We got polos. Okay, we got stickers. Now, why do I like this so much? Number one, it's not political. Team Normal is not political. It means you are a clear thinking person. You are not a loon. Okay? That's important. Everybody can get into the Team Normal. Now, if you want to be Team Crazy, that's the other team, okay, that's up to you. But I purposely designed this campaign to send a message that good people, whether you're conservative or liberal or traditional or libertarian or whatever, there's common ground. Because normal people want to have conversations and they really want, a lot of input. The crazy people, that's Team Crazy, and again, MSNBC can do that, but we're doing Team Normal. So you can pre-order this stuff. We're going to have it quick. I yelled at them yesterday. I'm going to explain why I don't have it right now. There's a little supply line stuff, but we are cutting through it. But if you want to pre-order, you don't have to pay until we have it. And you can cancel anytime. It's no obligation. But get online because this is a huge thing. All right, BillO'Reilly.com store. It's where you go for all of the stuff. And this hat is going with me. I'm going to take a little bit of a spring break in March. It's going with me to the beach. Team Normal. And everybody's going to go, what's Team Normal? And then you explain the two teams in a nice way. All right, thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. We'll see you tomorrow. Inflation at its highest level in 40 years. Interest rates skyrocketing. We all know that. Market experts like Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, not only predict a recession, but are using scary terms like economic hurricane and unprecedented. So, you need to call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Please call them today, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers, are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.